Alrighty, Bernard. Here's what we got. We got you your payment of $300 for 36 months. That's only with $2,000 out of pocket. How's that look to you?
Now, is this a retail agreement, or is this, how many months is this for?
36 months,
And
36,000 miles. This is a lease.
Oh, okay. Tom, I really didn't want to go with a lease. I've never had a lease. I've always purchased all my cars. I mean, I like the payment. I don't know.
Well, you told me the payment was the most important thing. Okay, we arrived at your payment. Now, what is it you don't like about a lease? Is it just you're not familiar with it, or can you elaborate? Tell me what is holding you back.
I've just never leased, you know. I've always just purchased my cars. Do I have the option to buy the car at the end of the...
Yes, you do have the option to buy it. That may or may not be a good deal for you at that time. If you're looking at that long of an ownership, I would say buy. But then we're going to have a little higher payment. I don't advocate going into a lease to buy it at the end, because at the end you'll end up paying for that car for 7 or 8 years. And by that time you're going to be pretty tired of it. And you're going to find yourself tied into a contract that you don't want to be tied into, and being stuck there because of an equity issue. The beauty of a lease, and this is it in a nutshell. In a lease, you purchase what you're using of the vehicle. On a buy, what you're doing is you're stuck in that vehicle pretty much for 5 years, because with the interest rates and depreciation of vehicles, you're going to be owing more than it's worth when you try to trade it in 3 years or 4 years when you get tired of it, like most people do.
Mm.
You are much more flexible on a 3-year lease than you are on a 5-year purchase. You know exactly what you're going to be paying for 3 years, 36,000 miles, because we have free maintenance for 3 years, 36,000 miles, and you're under warranty for 3 years, 36,000 miles. And when you're done with the lease, you come in, hand me the keys, and say, "Where's my new one?" That's the beauty of it. On top of that, you are getting more vehicle for less money per month, based on what we've shown you here. This vehicle on a purchase is going to be approximately $400 for 5 years. That's the same amount of money down. And you might say, "Well, I'm going to own that vehicle." You're not going to own that vehicle until it's 5 years, until you make that last payment. The bank and you own it. And that is the problem. You have all the flexibility of a short term, more vehicle for less money, and knowing exactly what your cost is going to be for that time period. A man by the name of John Paul Getty, very rich man, told us that you buy what appreciates, you lease what depreciates. And a vehicle is an appreciating asset.
Oh, I like the payment. I like the down payment. Let's do it.
Okay. Could you authorize that right there, please? All right, number 2. All right, we're looking at $300 a month for 36 months, 36,000 miles, with $2,000 out of pocket. What do you say we get this done?
Well, you know, I really would like a night to think about it. I'd like to go home and just kind of, you know, think about it. I don't buy everything right out of the gate. I like to, you know, make sure I'm doing the right thing.
Bernard, I understand that 100%. Everybody should take that time. The point is, though, you've told me you've been looking for a car for 3 weeks. Didn't you?
Yep.
Now, that's 21 days of thinking about it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm here, you're here, the car's here. I'm sure between us, we're both pretty intelligent people, we can work something out. What's it going to take? What's your real holdback?
You're right, I have been thinking about it for a couple of weeks. It is the right car, I like the car. The payment's right. Let's do it.
Please authorize. Okay, Bernard, I understand that you don't think you're certain of what you're looking for. But when you came in here about 2 hours ago, we discussed what you were looking for in a vehicle. You talked about safety, you talked about fuel economy, you talked about affordability, and you talked about ride quality. Now in that 2 hours, those 4 points were all covered, and you agreed. The 6 airbags, the anti-lock brakes, the electronic stability program, the traction control, all great safety features. You've seen the crash ratings. You've agreed with those. You've talked about the ride quality. We've been on the demo drive. You talked about that VW feel, how you felt it, the German engineering. You talked about the fuel economy. It's a TDI. You're getting more fuel economy than 99% of any of the vehicles out there. And you're also getting a $1,300 tax credit with it if you do it before June, and that's creeping up fast. And you talked about the payment. With all these things considered, is $350 a month really too much? What do you say we get this done?
Let's do it.